like 1 minute.
How's it going, Vikings fans? Welcome back into another Wednesday night edition of the Skol Experience with GG Sports Podcast and Minnesota Sports Talk. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
I mean, this is the most exciting time of football the entire year. We got so much to talk about today. Thank you guys for joining.
Let's go. OTAs, nothing's more exciting than that. More exciting than that. Though we'll get into it in a second here, but there could be some bigger news coming up for us as soon as tomorrow, maybe. June 1st finally is here to see what the hell happens with Dalvin Cook. But before jumping into that, what's going on, Sarah? Hashtag Skol. Of course, just like every show, giving away another Justin Jefferson rookie card. Hashtag Skol in the comments. Sarah's been on a cold streak lately, so you might actually have a chance. Yeah, you might actually have a chance. What's going on, Dan? What's going on, Skol brother? Skol. My worthless opinion. What is going on, Justin? Let's go. What's going on? Actually, I was hoping you were going to hop in here, Justin, because I forgot to put a stamp on the Dalvin Cook card that you won. So it was returned back to me. So I have to resend that out to you. So that will be on its way for sure. I was going to go.
You forget to put a stamp on.
Well, because
Jamie,
I have a label. I have a label printer that I use. I don't write on it anymore. So anybody who has gotten some cards from me before, it doesn't look like a kindergartner's handwriting on it anymore. That's the reason why I did it. And I'm so used to printing labels from eBay that you don't have to put stamps on. So it must be a habit thing. That's what I'm just going to chalk it up with.
Maybe the Dalvin Cook card and Dalvin Cook will be getting shipped out on the same day. You never know.
Damn, if it goes Casey's way, that's definitely what he'd like to see happen. I was gonna go and meet Tom Grossi, but it's too damn hot outside. I can't handle this heat. Is it actually that hot?
Oh, Sarah,
it hit 91 around down here today, or over here, up here, wherever. In Woodbury, it was 91.
Let's go for life. What's going on, Bob Swede? What is going on? Grossi's Grossi's
okay. He makes
fun of the Packers too, you know.
Yeah, he's doesn't pull punches anywhere. He's a equal distributor of justice.
Yeah, he might be the one Packer fan. I don't know. He's still a Packer fan at the end of the day.
Let's true.
Be real here. Yeah. Let's be real here.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Anyways, back. I guess we'll just start with the Justin Jefferson stuff. So I guess, Casey, I'll let you take that away here. I know you know a little bit more about what happened there.
Well, know what happened. It's all, I mean, and that's the biggest thing about this time of year until things happen.
Casey's our insider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Casey's our insider, just for y'all to know.
Yeah. Right. But it's all just, I could walk around acting like I'm a big insider though. Put on Twitter, get 1,000 followers, be really cool. But anyway, so I mean, obviously, it's all speculation at this point. I mean, we haven't seen Justin Jefferson in any OTAs, workouts, what have you. I mean, obviously, the thought is out there that he's not here because of contract reasons, which if it is, I understand it from his point of view, definitely. I know he's got the 5th-year option, but it's not everything he's looking for. Kevin O'Connell was asked about it yesterday. He said, no, we've been in constant contact. There's a plan in place. When he gets here, everyone will be happy to see him, obviously, but then some news did break today. Mark Rosen, Minnesota's own Mark Rosen, said to be on the lookout for some big Justin Jefferson news upcoming. I know there's a lot of big name media guys saying that there's a deal in the works. Obviously, they expect him to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league because he's the best wide receiver in the league, which is obviously no
Facts.
No surprise, no question there. Everybody already knows that. But I mean, it's out there that there might be a contract in the works, especially with June 1st. Something may happen with Delvin Cook tomorrow, which there's other report out there that from Jeremy Fowler that he is more likely to be traded than he is cut at this point. The Dolphins are still interested, as well as another AFC East team, from what I've read somewhere. So there's some things in the works here, and it's exciting, obviously. But until we see the numbers, see the contract signed, again, it is all speculation. But you do have to figure that a deal is coming soon, because they've been in contact with Justin Jefferson since the season, and we know that. They talk about him having a little bit of a say in what's happening with the roster. So I'm not fretting the fact that he's not there. It is a little bit like, be with your teammates, but also got to think yourself first. And I'm sure with sooner rather than later, we will be hearing about that money.
Yeah. What's going on, Mason? Let's go Vikes. This is a good point. The Vikings paid off the stadium today. I thought they were
like 268
behind on that.
Paying like 200, because with the loan they said they paid it off 23 years early, so it saves Minnesota taxpayers like $268 million in interest.
Let's go. See, that's some. Yeah, that's.
But there won't be too many news reports about that, because
probably not.
Building stadiums are evil.
Right.
Yeah.
Birds did we kill though? How many birds did we kill?
Probably a lot, to be honest. Mary Fisk, what's going on? Mary Fisk? Hey Don, we meet again. The Patriots need a running back. I think we are going. What's going on, David? I think we're going to have to eat some of that Cook contract to make a trade. That's a good point.
I would agree.
The more you eat, the better opportunity or higher the draft pick.
Yeah, but I think the big thing with June 1st is that if when a player is traded after June 1st, you do have some cap savings there.
So we save $11 million by waiting past June 1st. And what was it prior to, like, if we cut them?
It was a little under 8 if we traded them before. It was 11 after.
Yeah, so we could eat, if we ate like $3 million, it would have been in the same situation, I guess.
And it was like 9 if we cut him.
Yeah. What's going on, Eli? What is going on? Yo, what's up, Dave? By Eli. Hey, Dano. But yeah,
I would not be surprised if they do have to eat some of Delvin's contract to make it a little more appealing to get rid of him. But whatever money you save helps. So,
well, didn't we eat a little bit of Za'Darius?
I think I saw today it was like 4.2 million or something like that we have to. That's going to be on our cap. But he's didn't want to be here. He's not here. It is what it is. That guy at this point.
What's going on? Football talk. What is going on? We're just in the midst of OTAs. Like we mentioned in the beginning, it's exciting times. Talking about Delvin Cook tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, June 1st, we will be able to trade him and save some more money on him. So it'll be interesting to see. Do you guys think it's still going to be something we wait to make the trade happen, or do you think it's something that's going to happen right away or in like the next couple of days? It'd be nice to just kind of get through with it, especially with Kevin O'Connell, like everything with Mattison right now, with Mattison being on the cover for the Vikings Twitter page, I believe, right? And then now Kevin O'Connell really talking Mattison up as like a three
down back.
Yeah, 3 down back. Which I think all of us probably thought he could do that. He has the size and everything for that to happen. So at this point, it's kind of like, all right, let's just get this Delvin Cook thing out of the way. And especially assuming once we save some of that cap space, we'll be working a lot harder on trying to give Justin Jefferson that extension. So that's another thing. Is like, if that trade happens, maybe that's another reason why people are starting to speculate this big contract coming in for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, obviously, Delvin will be done tomorrow. Okay. I mean, I
say he's going to the Patriots. That's right. It said 2 AFC teams are interested, with assuming Miami's one of them, and it could be the Patriots. I know they're like in Rashad. Is he Rashad Stevenson, right?
Ramondre or something.
Ramondre Stevenson. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see what direction any of these teams go to. Because if I'm still thinking about it, like, yeah, I would say Miami's doesn't have like a true RB1 on that team right now, in my opinion.
Do they still have who's the other guy? Mike Davis, is that his name?
No, they got who did they re-sign just recently?
Mostert. You said Miami.
Yep,
Mostert.
Mostert.
Well, I thought we
And
were
then
talking. I thought we were still talking about
Jeff
Patriots.
Wilson too. That Jeff Wilson too. I don't know if they still have him.
They do. They brought them both back.
The Bills would be a good fit. Yeah, I think it'd be a really good fit. It is just interesting for him to go to a team with his brother on there. So I wonder how he would feel about that. Even though I'm like, whatever, but still he like kind of comes in and he just takes his brother's job that looks like it's going to be his, because I don't think they drafted any running backs or anything that he'd have to worry about.
Yeah, that's my thought on that. I just really find it hard to believe that he'd go to Buffalo and take his brother's, push his brother down the depth chart. But who knows? Maybe it's like a lifelong dream for them to play together. Maybe it's one of those things.
And to be completely honest, I mean, Delvin Cook's 28 years old. So, I mean, there's a chance that it takes like a couple years for his brother to kind of take over that spot. So maybe
did you know that
thing for them.
Zeke is only 27? I thought that was kind of strange. I feel like he's been in the league a lot longer.
Feels like he's been in the league longer than Delvin Cook to me.
I mean, he might have come out at a different age. But still, like Delvin or Zeke is only 27. That's odd.
Well, Dalvin's rookie year was 2017.
When was Zeke's?
I don't know.
I think his was.
I'm not a big Cowboy fan like you.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Casey was a closet Cowboy fan
2016.
2016, so he's 1 year before.
Which I guess makes sense age-wise, but still, it feels like he's been 1 year longer than that.
He's been in the league 1 year longer than Dalvin? Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He said he didn't want to go to the Bills because it's his bro's team. Yeah, he did say that earlier. Obviously, it's not technically all the way up to him, but it seems like the Vikings are trying to be good on these players, specifically Cook. They also mentioned that they were gonna, be respectful to Cook and what he wants. Agreed. Yeah, you go back to this one that Delvin isn't gone. Their House of Culture cards are toast. Mattison signed with certain inferences. There's no way he stays at this point. There's just no way. So
I just thought
Zeke plays center as well. We do need a center.
Yeah, I just thought that the way we drafting the running back McBride in the 7th round, being really high on him, re-signing Mattison, I just did not. It's just all the signs pointing at him going. So I don't think it's ever been so obvious. Fact.
It's never been so obvious, especially with all the stuff with Mattison now and the cover photo, like I mentioned, and all that stuff. There's just no way. And the cap.
It's like the exact opposite news of we're trading Kirk to San Francisco. Like all that over and over again, hearing that, knowing we're not going to do that. Because of the team we're putting together. And I'm like, well, this is like the exact opposite. He's not staying. Let's not, we know he's going. So my viewpoint is, let me talk about what life is like without him. And that, I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm. That's how it sounds like KOC.
There's nothing against Dalvin.
Yeah, I like Dalvin, but $14 million for a 28-year-old running back, just it ain't.
Who finally played his first full season where he didn't get hurt, and he was still dinged up.
That's true.
And he's still to fall over behind the line of scrimmage.
Everyone gets traded tomorrow. Sarah, what's your thoughts on Danielle Hunter? What do you want to happen with him? In the meantime, everybody, again, Justin Jefferson rookie card giveaway. Hashtag Skol in the comments. Like the video. Do not forget to like the video. Everybody in here. How many likes do we got? Casey, go see how many likes we have.
6 on our end.
That ain't terrible, I guess. But keep them coming, and subscribe to the channels if you haven't already. I've seen some new people in here, so you all should subscribe to the channel. I know all our information is in the descriptions below. Subscribe to the GG Sports Podcast and Minnesota Sports Podcast. Hashtag Skol in the comments to win this Justin Jefferson rookie card. Hey, what's going on, Greg? What is up, dude? Greg actually won our last card because that's another thing too. Last week, on Wednesday, Greg won our card after saying he was going to buy me a drink at a Vikings game. So if anyone really wants to win this thing, you just got to know what to say. And that's a good start.
Yep. Bribe Jamie.
That's all you need. The shoulder fix this offseason, which is true, but still, It's everything with Delvin Cook. It's never just
that's one thing that will be interesting though. I mean,
ankle.
I still think he still has some left in the tank. I was telling Casey before this, he was ranked the 8th most explosive player last season. I mean, that's pretty damn good. And he had like 3 runs that were over 20 miles per hour, which I think was number 1 out of any player last season. So, I mean the guy still has something left, but he just
I think he's going to have a good year. It's just probably not for us.
It's definitely not for us at this point. Like you said, it's way too obvious now. Like he's gone. There's no question about it. But do I think I will hope he goes to another team and has a good season. For sure. I'm always going to like Cook. But we're talking past tense now.
Right. But also, I mean, also look at that running back room. You have Dave's guy, Ty Chandler. If you want to talk about another one of Dave's guys, jump back over to wide receiver a little bit here. Jalen Naylor. I know they said that I think Kevin O'Connell said he's been really impressed with what he's seen from Jalen Naylor. There was a clip the Vikings put out there about Kirk hitting him on a corner route. He had kind of had to grab for the ball a little bit, but made a nice catch. But yeah, man, if Jalen Naylor could become that deep threat guy we're looking for. But of course he's not, and want to talk about receivers as well. Jordan Addison, Jamie, I think you already mentioned he's been dinged up a little bit here. I know Kevin O'Connell said there's being really cautious with him as of right now, but also you got to look at the other guy there. I think he is forgotten, but yet he's not forgotten, that being KJ Osborne. I think everybody is so excited about the first round pick in Jordan Addison. Jalen Naylor, we don't know what he is, but we know the guy has speed. People do kind of, I mean, you do, but you don't forget about KJ Osborne, who I think the Vikings put it on their Twitter yesterday that him and Kirk destroyed it in the red zone during that portion of practices. And all in all, I hear he's been doing a really good job out there as well. I mean, if you're him, I mean, how can you not? You come in, they draft a guy, they have they bring in Jalen Reagor last year. They drafted a guy in the first round this year. They have Jalen Naylor, who they're really high on. They drafted him. So, if you're KJ Osborne, this is what we all expected from him, is to come in now where there's a spot open with Adam Thielen. He's not there's no unquestioned number 2 guy right now. That spot is wide open. And KJ Osborne coming in doing what he did 2 years ago, and everyone kind of counted him out after the season where he didn't quite make it as a punt returner, comes in the next camp and looked really solid at wide receiver, stepped into that number 3 role. So hopefully he can just keep finally getting better here. And maybe who knows, maybe Addison will have to wait another year, because maybe Osborne's going to take the number 2 spot. I guess time will tell. I don't think that's how it's going to end up, but I don't know. I think Osborne has a lot left in the tank. I would love to see more from him. Like, I was kind of disappointed in last year. I know he had a couple big games, but he didn't step up in the way that people were expecting. But there's a chance this year. It's wide open.
Yeah, dude. I think for sure it'll be interesting with KJ. Obviously, he has a massive chip on his shoulder. And that's one thing with Addison too. It does really sound like he's going to come in and kind of have more of that slot wide receiver role anyways, even though I do think he can be an like a 3-level wide receiver. But if that's the case, that definitely opens up more playing time for someone who can be a deep threat, whether it's Naylor or even KJ Osborne, because we know he does have the speed and the size. So that would be interesting. I'm going to go with Dave on this. I'm kind of like we don't know what we have in Naylor. Like, we could have a really good wide receiver in Naylor. Like, there's no reason why at this point, other than that we haven't seen him a lot, to believe like he doesn't have that untapped potential going into this season. So he's just up in the air. We don't know what to expect. He could go into training camp and be one of the most impressive looking players this offseason. So I'm really excited for him. I'm kind of rooting for him a little bit more.
Because Amir Smith-Marset couldn't field a punt. That's why we brought in
Trade Reagor for a 12-pack and a pack of Marlboros. You think a team would do that, David?
I don't know. I don't think
maybe it's
give up that much. Would they give up that much?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think Reagor
for a pack of Milwaukee Bests, maybe, and maybe a pack of Rollies.
Someone would have to not be able to step up and return punts for us to keep Reagor. Like the situation we're in last year, we just didn't have anybody. We were about to let a guy return a punt who's never returned a punt in a game in his life in ISM, and that's why we traded for Reagor. And it served its purpose. Nothing great came about it, right? He almost cost us the Indy game.
6-pack more fair, David.
So I just think he'd be the odd man out, and we're just kind of praying for someone to step up to be able to return punts.
Which we've been
Jalen Naylor returned punts in college.
I know, we need to try him. Because we've been waiting. This is how many years? When was our last good punt returner? Just
Marcus Sherrills.
That was the last one. How many years ago is that now?
That had
we re-signed him for a little bit,
right?
Yeah.
And we re-signed him for a little bit.
Did we use him? Yeah, we did.
We ended up cutting him, I think.
Yeah, something like that happened. Because we've been struggling ever since.
One of my friends was not a Marcus Sherrills guy. I'd love to ask him what he thinks of him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just not have been, man, we just not been good at punt return in a long time.
I know, it'd be nice, especially now with
returning punts.
Who was that? Thielen?
Remember Thielen returning?
Oh yeah, I know. That's so crazy. His whole
Randy Moss returned a punt or two back in the day.
Speaking of kick returners and stuff, I forgot Kane actually had a pretty nice kick return touchdown last season.
Anybody in the chat remember Herschel Walker's first touch of the football as a Viking? Turned to kick off and ran out of his shoe. It was a hell of a good kickoff return. He probably would have ran it back if he didn't fall out of his shoe.
You mean the greatest trade in sports history?
So I wonder if that really is the
one shot, but he let it go. He gave it up on his routes. He should have listened to Eminem. Let's go, Sarah. I love that one. I love that one.
I'm trying to think of a trade recently that probably was worse than.
It's worth a popcorn fart. I don't even know if that's true, Bob. He had one shot, but he let it go.
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean,
honestly, I think people are overlooking how bad the trade was for being able to draft Ricky Williams. Like, he gave up his entire draft and the first and third the next year, or first and fourth the next year, to get Ricky Williams.
Yeah, I agree with this.
They won 3 games.
The Vikings did?
No, the Saints. Remember?
Oh, the Saints.
Ricky, the Ditka traded his entire draft and 2 picks the next year for Ricky Williams.
Oh,
what year was that? You say remember that? I remember that.
Talk about change of times, man. That's
what I'm saying. It goes unnoticed that probably was the worst trade of all time. At least Herschel Walker had, decent stats, and he was a decent football player. It just the fact that we gave up all these future picks, these conditional picks, and they pulled one over on us because they benched all of our players that we traded to them, and those turned into picks because of they didn't play. Like, Jimmy Johnson purposely did not play those guys, so our conditional picks would kick in. So
Angler, you're gonna break the bank on a wide receiver. Angler, I forget. Are you Packers or you Lions?
He's a Packer fan.
Oh, you're a Packer fan.
But also, yeah, I mean, that's what you
have a wide receiver, dude.
But also, that's what you do when you have stars. You give them money, and wide receivers in a passing league are pretty important these days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys
have the best one in the league. You pay them. It's not.
You guys probably wish you would have kept Adams around.
I'm bringing the bang on receiver. I guess it's worth it when you're everything for y'all's
13
team.
players plus picks. Walker ran out of work in the West Coast Jerry Burns offense. Maybe if y'all had gotten another wide receiver, you might have won another bowl. We got a trolling Angler. They definitely don't. Angler. Yeah, you guys can tear them apart in the chats. That's part of the whole thing, right?
Parker. do your best, chat.
Yeah, do your best.
Destroy
Angler.
If you're an opposing fan and you come in and start talking trash, of course that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, Angler's here. That's what he's here for. We know it, Angler. You want the smoke. You came for all the smoke. Our chat will give it to you.
Yeah, we
had. I mean, they want
Devontae tight end that had over 900 yards. We had the 6th leading, rusher in the league. Justin Jefferson was the whole team.
What channel is he on? He's on our channel. Dan. He's on our channel. Y'all got no defense, mid. Dude, you guys have... Bro, the Packers didn't even make playoffs last year. and their team's only gotten worse. And they've picked up one free agent and had one of the worst drafts I've seen for the picks that they had.
He probably didn't check the news out that we signed a new defensive coordinator. I don't know. Right. Maybe he's not up with the times. He's not up with the times.
He's not. He forgot that they lost the one player that carried them for like 15 years or 10 years.
Is he a Packer fan?
Yeah, he's a Packer fan.
That explains it.
Explain what? Worse than what? Offense can score 40, defense will give up 45. Bro, the Packers defense is doing the same thing, and their offense can't even put up like 20 points, especially this year. Hate to say,
I don't know how can it be worse? How can it be worse?
Like the last time your quarterback started a season, he threw 18 interceptions in college.
He's bad.
I think people really discredit what a new coach will do. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
do, especially, I mean, with the hype surrounding it. Like,
no, it's never happened. Like when Zimmer came in and we all of a sudden had a 17th ranked defense in his first year.
Or when Kevin O'Connor comes into a 500 team and brings them to 13-4 by changing a couple things, and they win a couple close games. You know, I mean,
that was definitely a scheme. That was definitely a scheme problem last year.
I don't understand this point. How can it?
I don't see how we lost Darius Smith. I guess
50 some yards a game, and I don't understand it.
I don't see how we're any worse. New coach in
collage. Is that
and all new wide receivers, but go crazy. What are you talking about, man? Are you talking about your wide receivers?
We have no idea what you're talking about now. Sorry, man.
Is it your wide receivers have like 1 year of playing?
Yeah.
Combined.
A new starting quarterback and brand new receivers. Yeah. Should kill it. Kill it this year.
The Packers are they're on their way to the cellar.
You are back to the 70s, my friend.
Yeah, new coaching call.
70s and 80s, man. It's gonna be a beautiful time.
It's over for them.
Got rid of guys Flores didn't want and brought in some guys you can use. I definitely agree with that.
And it's not like we got rid of Za'Darius, I guess you could say, but he was nowhere in the second half of the season.
And he didn't want to be here. So
and he didn't want to be here. But otherwise, what we got: Murphy, Davenport, drafted some guys. I don't know. I don't think our talent is really much worse than it was last year at all. Lewis's back. Everybody, all our young players are a year experienced. Like guys like Brian Asamoah, that has to be mentioned. Brian Asamoah, Caleb Evans, Andrew Booth Jr. Like your second season, that's a big jump for those guys. So I think our defensive talent definitely could actually be better than what it was last season, especially assuming that we keep
younger, faster.
Yeah, and
hopefully better
defensive coordinator. That everybody is hyping. The offense is like in awe so far in OTAs.
Yeah, just think about it. We're gonna be starting a linebacker that's faster than the guys started before. Our safety ran a 4.3 in the combine. He's back healthy. Booth Jr. was fast. The guys we drafted just recently also pretty fast. Just everybody is. I mean, at every position is probably faster than what we had the year before. And Danielle Hunter can play anywhere. Just put him anywhere on the line. I don't care. Put his hand in the dirt.
There.
You know, Danielle Hunter might be the weirdest part about this offseason, just because there has been absolutely nothing on him. Like Justin Jefferson, doesn't show up. There's contract talk, all this. But like, I don't think I've heard a coach say anything about Danielle. Like he hasn't said anything. Like it's weird. It's really weird. And hopefully that means things are going well. Because normally if you don't hear anything, and people aren't negotiating to the media, things are going well. So I really hope that things are going well. We keep him around. I mean, that would be.
For me, he's a priority now, and hopefully he realizes that, he's 29. You can't really break the bank in this contract. We'll see. It sucks that he's kind of gotten the short end of the stick, and it didn't help that he got hurt for those 2 years. But
dude,
he's the best player on our defense.
I love the ending. I love the ending to that. Built around a wide receiver and not good.
It's like when
you need those last 2 sentences to finish off 12 pages of your paper, so your teacher will accept it. So you just got to add some nonsense to the end of it. It doesn't really.
Is that the guy? It's the person in the picture who we're talking to. Are we talking to a 10-year-old? I almost feel bad now. We're talking to a 10-year-old.
No,
I'm not. That is
yes.
That's him. We're talking for a 10-year-old.
It's a bold statement, dude. Awesome. They have a bunch of young players that have none of them are proven. I don't get it. Not a proven player on that offense besides like Aaron Jones and what's his name?
AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he's still jury's
AJ Dillon's pretty good.
Running team in a passing league.
Like their offense is literally going to be based around their run game in 2022 or 2023. Like how embarrassing is that?
Go for life, Packer backer.
It just sucks. I mean, you gotta feel a little bad because the Packers they're on their way to the bottom for years to come. They're going to be the new Lions, and that's got to hurt to realize that.
The Lions swept them. The Lions say that they're kings of the North because they went 5-1 in the division?
Dude, I'd be surprised if the Packers win one in-division game next season, to be honest.
Yeah, you almost kind of think the Bears are going to be better than them.
I would
because Fields could just control a game,
Dude, he runs better than anyone on that offense.
Yeah, I mean, if Fields breaks a few kind of thing, and they could do that. I think he could do that to anybody, right? But
the Packers only lost players. They gained one random player other than their draft picks. Otherwise,
they were holding. They weren't getting any free agents because they were trying to deal with the albatross that was around their neck, Aaron Rodgers, and they didn't do anything. I guess they had an okay draft. I can't remember. Yeah, new Lions.
Fields is actually very good.
Yeah, well, he can run the ball very good.
He's a lot better than Jordan Love. I'll give him that.
Yeah, would you take Fields or Jordan Love right now? I'd probably take Fields
easily. Love he's like extreme accuracy issues, and he already has wide receivers that can't catch the ball anyways, as we've seen in Week 1 last season.
Yeah, I'd take Fields. I don't even think I'd question it. Put him with the right coach.
I don't even think the defense needs to be middle of the pack. I just think they need to be in the high 20s somewhere. You just can't be giving up 400 yards a game and 30 some points every game.
We don't have a tough division.
It can't happen.
We don't have a tough division, especially with the Packers getting rid of all their players.
And when we were doing really good with turnovers too, I mean, we were giving up yards, but we were getting turnovers, and that helped us win. When we started not getting turnovers and giving up 400 yards, that's when we started to show our warts. But this next season, I think we're going to be better defensively, but I also think we're going to be one of the best turnover teams in the league.
This Anglers and Davis noticed we were talking to a child.
Stop commenting.
All right, just one more though, because Love. I
had no idea
Love's gonna come in and be anything close to Aaron Rodgers, who the Packers absolutely got carried by for years, including last year. So I don't for Love to come in and for them to not just be mediocre would be a miracle, I think, at this point. Fields is a running back.
Fields is more than a running back. Here's what I thought. I thought they had to do what they did and were better for it, of having him run the ball more. I think that was what they had to do, but I don't think that's what they expected to do. I think they think more of him than that, And I think we was drafted thinking Morden.
Going rap.
What's up, guys?
You too, man.
Purple Pocket
yeah,
Podcast.
dude, it's been slow season, man. I see you keep grinding though. But we're busy and slow. Next Monday though, we're gonna be having our live show again. So everybody in here, make sure you tap into that.
Tomorrow, me and Johnny Football are going live to talk about what hopefully we find out tomorrow. So
yeah, hopefully
join that at 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central on Minnesota Sports Talk.
Let's go. Subscribe. Go subscribe if you haven't already. And hashtag Skol in the comments to win a Justin Jefferson rookie card. Like
Angler,
the video.
I expect you to subscribe to both channels.
Both channels. Everything's
GG Sports
in the description.
We will
should probably have.
We need a 10-year-old antagonist.
Yeah, we do. This kid.
We need one.
This kid's good, man. This kid's good. No. Sucks that he had to be a Packer fan at this point in his life. He like imagine being 10 years old when you're 10 years old and you became a Packer fan right now. Like
right
you just
now,
missed
after you lost, Aaron Rodgers is gone. You had Welcome 2 decades of just
that sucks. It is gonna be the Lions.
It's like being born a Patriots fan right now.
That'd be rough, right?
Even worse.
You just miss Tom Brady. That'd be brutal. That would be brutal.
Who's Tom Brady, Dad? Tell me all about Tom Brady.
Sarah hasn't been winning lately, so she's just, she's hungry to get back in that heater. Enjoy mediocrity. Cry, Packer, cry. Hashtag so keep on losing peace. Angler's gone. He's a goner.
Angler, when you hashtag, you're not supposed to put spaces because it kind of ruins the hashtag.
And
just a thought.
Keep losing like 13 wins last year. Sorry, we didn't lose too much, too often. Packers did though, quite a bit. And just like Dan says, back to the 80s.
No spaces in the.
I don't think people realize how bad the Packers were. Like they were the doormat of the league.
And they will be again. Are we arguing with a second?
He was at least 10.
We just might be.
He was at least 10, man.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Rap. We destroyed him. Don't worry.
We won.
We won. We took that. We took him out.
I thought maybe it was a guy like had posted a picture of his kid or something, but no, this guy is a kid. This guy's. We were talking to a 10-year-old.
Yep. Make him at least. He was a young looking 14. Dude, honestly, like thinking back, like I swore I saw a little bit of facial hair on that kid.
There was some stubble. There's some
stubble there.
He was a little person, probably. He was just a little person. He had a full beard.
Oh God. Now he's pulling big guns. At least our running back
will take a pay cut. I mean, he is wearing a life jacket on a dock.
At least our running back will take a pay cut.
That is
you got
true.
us.
That's fair.
You got us. Yeah.
He did, but he wasn't nearly
totally
as good as Dalvin Cook, so there's a little bit of difference there. The Packers got him good though. That was before all of the Aaron Rodgers leaving news and all that stuff. So he's probably regretting it now, I bet.
Well, when you sign your quarterback for like a 5-year contract and he's gone after 1 year. Holy shit.
Right. Yeah, that team. I mean, man, they lost. Them losing Devonta Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Like, come on now.
Man,
he's way better than
a live stream where you argue with a 10-year-old Packers fan.
We are literally being taken over by a 10-year-old
with no space.
Hey, this is the off-season type of podcast right now.
What is that emoji? He's way better than
Chef.
Oh, it is Chef.
It's Chef. Okay.
They lost their whole team and they didn't grab like their top wide receivers gone. And what's his name? Lazard. Their tight ends.
And he had a running back by committee.
Yeah.
He had 2 running backs. He didn't have one. Which running back were you talking about? I'm arguing with a 10-year-old.
Those Packer fans, man. Doesn't matter how old they are. You know?
If you're a Packer fan, you lose the age thing as a protection.
Yeah,
you're fair game.
That. Yep.
Let's see. If we didn't lose Devontae, you'd be talking about how we lost some other guys. We didn't pay Devontae. No, I'm pumped you guys didn't pay Devontae because I hate Devontae.
We were happy. We were jumping for freaking joy that you gave away the best receiver in the league at the time.
The Packers didn't make playoffs and Aaron Rodgers forced to trade. That's what happened with them not paying Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he
is that upset.
You paid the wrong guy.
Left, right,
Greg. You paid the wrong guy.
You did, yeah.
Check his ID.
We need a ID wall to get into this. The Skol Experience after dark.
After dark.
I actually did a series like that for Vikings After Dark or Skol After Dark. Yeah,
Angler can't come to that. See, he's
lucky. It's when I couldn't sleep and I'd get up and I would just do a video at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, Angler. It's only 7:42. After 8:00, Angler's probably has to go to bed. So
we're 17 minutes away from Angler's bedtime.
Yeah.
We're gonna push through it.
Yep.
Angler, be real. Are you actually like 14? Or are you an adult? We need to know.
How old are you, Angler? How old's your real age?
Well, now he's telling us 10. I think he's just buying into it.
Oh, he is 10. Well, according to him.
Yeah.
Fake account.
What
are you talking about? Watson can't even catch the ball half the time.
I will take, if Justin Jefferson's a crybaby, I'll take him 10 times over Watson.
Dude. Yeah.
I'll
14.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll wipe the tears away.
Okay. That's respectable. That's respectable age.
My real age is 14. Is this like an old photo though?
You're right.
Is it an old photo? It probably is. I assume
could be. Oh goodness. Is there even anything else to talk about Vikings?
Hey guys, did you just come on to watch us argue with the 10-year-old?
Hey,
he claims he's 14.
We should go find some more. Angler, go find some buddies.
Can we get like a 10-year-old fan of are there 10-year-old fans of the Bears and 10-year-old fans of the Lions? Probably not.
There's not really any fans for those teams, I don't think.
Whatever happened to that? Remember we had that Killer Agates guy in here that one day. He commented on our
I think Killer Agates must be, I think they were both in here at one point.
Maybe they're related. Maybe one of them's a dad. I don't know. But he commented on our record prediction short saying like the Vikings had never beat a team twice in a season when it happened last year with the Bears. So I don't know.
In the chat, tell us how many wins you think the Packers will have.
Yeah, everybody in the chat. I know we already had
an Angler. How many wins will the Packers have this year? I want to hear.
My honest guess is honestly, I will say between 4 and 6 wins. 4 and 6 wins. We got 5 by Greg. 5 wins by Greg. Dave, so when we beat GB twice this year, you'll never hear from Angler again. So we got 5, 6, 3. Angler, yeah, you can put your prediction out. Be real.
My prediction is by the end of the season, Angler will be a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, he's at that age.
You do got to give him credit. He's being somewhat realistic here. 6 to 7. Like,
okay, he's realistic. He's realistic. Props to you, Angler. Props to you.
We'll give it to him. I mean, Vikings are gonna go like 14-3, but
I'm gonna go with 5. Yes, 6 tops. I agree with that.
That's what I feel like. I mean, they only lost players. Like if they come in and are good, it'd be dumb. It won't make any sense.
I think he was saying 6 to 7 wins.
He's 6-7.
Not 6-7.
Yeah, I don't think he was 6. Yeah, give Anger credit. He's saying 6 or 7 wins, not 6-7.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
We're just assuming here.
Well, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt. He looked. I mean,
once we found out he was 14, I was like, all right. Not the record.
He's being realistic though. You do need to appreciate that.
6 to 7 wins.
Yeah, we agree.
Pushing it a little bit, but
oh yeah, yeah.
But the Packers won't beat the Vikings this year. I think this is for real facts. This is absolute facts.
Yeah, I think this is the year we have a clean slate against the Packers.
And the schedule plays out in our favor. We go there in October and they come here on New Year's, which I mean, obviously we don't have the outdoor advantage, which is fair, but still, like they come to US Bank Stadium at home here on New Year's. So that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Vikings defense with Flores DC will be a top 5 D by 2025. That's only if that's the thing is the head coach thing, right?
He's one and done, I think.
Yeah. If he's that good where we'd be a top 5 by 2025, that's assuming he probably does well enough this offseason where he gets he becomes a head coach, which gives us a second or a third round pick and 2 third-round picks, I think, one for this year and then one the year after.
I don't know.
I think that's what it is. So if he gets, if someone else makes him head coach, we get 2 third-round picks.
But if he turns around the D, we could bring in with our offense the way it is, we probably have our choice of defensive coordinators, you'd think. If he turns around our D and, we have draft picks ahead of us and free agency ahead of us, I think we'd look enticing to a defensive coordinator. But it would be pretty cool if he has like a protege of some sort. I don't think that's the case this year, though. Does he really have proteges? Did he have a guy? Because the defensive coordinator he had calling plays in Miami didn't do a very good job because they were like bottom third of the league.
I mean, and there hasn't been any like when he came in, there wasn't any like, oh yeah, this is the first guy he hired. It's
yeah. I don't think there is. So we're really going to have to rely on our next hire.
Yo, actually,
maybe there's a guy that Kevin O'Connell's looking at thinking this guy could do it. So we're gonna, have Flores kind of coach him up and
or maybe he is blackballed and this is as high as he's gonna go again. I don't know.
Right, that is true. Greg, I have a question.
I don't think so, though. I think someone will hire him.
Right. So Greg says Flores is gone after this year. Is he gone because he did such a good job and he was made a head coach, or is he gone because you think he's gonna do a bad job and we fire him?
The earlier choice. I think he's going to do good.
I would say. I know Greg, it would be interesting for Greg because Greg's not confident in the defense at all. Defense, I'm telling you, we don't have the personal. He's not turning. So you're saying that he's going to get fired. Man, we can't do any worse. We can't be any worse than last season.
A slight improvement. I think we keep him on, but
yeah,
I honestly, man,
I could see this being accurate too. If our defense is bad, I mean, maybe it's like, okay, this
like really bad, like
like to the point where it's like, okay, he's the problem. But if it's as bad as last year, then I'll sit here and tell Greg, I'll bring him on, I'll tell him face to face, I was wrong. You're right. We just don't have the right players for this defense. But I just don't see it happening. I am fairly confident that it's not. Defense I don't think it's going to be top 5, but I mean, because that's asking for a lot, especially with. But we will see improvement along the defense.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't, then obviously it's a player problem, and maybe we gotta. Some people might have to apologize to Ed Donatel. Probably me, because I made like 3 videos with him in flames about to getting fired during the season.
I don't think either of us have really any chance of having to apologize to Ed Donatel.
Yeah,
he was that bad.
Nah, I'd probably still. I could see him in person, and I'd just walk away. I don't want to say it. I don't want to do it. But it's not going to happen. We're going to be a top 20 defense. I'm calling that right now. Top 20 defense.
I don't think that's an outlandish claim
at all.
I'm going to say like 20 to. I'll say like 21 to 23, which would still be a pretty marked improvement from what we had last year. So
yeah. Yeah, Donatel, dude, our defense is so much. That's what, like, hearing our offense, obviously it's OTAs, so you can't put too much weight on it. But our offense sounds like our defense is looking fantastic with Flores in there.
I mean, we may not be.
Angler could have been a better DC last year.
Yeah, 14. Angler for DC.
Angler for DC at 14.
So I could see us being like what Casey said and yards given up, because I do think we're going to take chances and going to give up explosive plays.
At least top 15
like 0 defense and stuff like that. But I do think that I think maybe in scoring we might be higher in the teens, and then be like top 5 in turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a successful defense right there.
Yeah. But see,
giving up 20s in yards, teens in points, and top 5 in turnovers. Yeah, that's a good
free agency was pretty weak in talent. I felt like.
Yeah, even Davenport was ranked like 6th.
We could have used one of these freaking defensive tackles that were out there, though. Especially, that's like my only thing is losing Delvin Tomlinson. Like, the defensive line is the only thing where I honestly think is worse than last year. For sure, it's worse than last year. And all we did is grab Ward to hopefully he can, and his you're just hoping he could be anything like Delvin Tomlinson, like his draft or his player comparison.
Oh yeah, it was Delvin Tomlinson. Yeah. But I don't know. I just think
that's the only thing for me is our defensive line still sketches me out. But I do think like it's just going to be different with Flores. And that's one thing that's going to be the crazy thing with Flores is it was the whole idea of trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Yes, that is the saying.
And Ed Donatel, that's what he did last season. I mean, it was like you're playing by his scheme no matter what, instead of putting the players in the best position for them to succeed. That was one thing that was going to be huge different with Ed Donatel and Brian Flores, I think, in my opinion. So I mean, that's what I think. Like Daniil Hunter, I don't think he's just going to force him to stand up all the time. It'll be obvious to him, like, oh yeah, he's better with his hand in the ground, so I'm going to get him in that position as often.
I just move him up and down the line, man.
Right.
Don't worry about him playing outside linebacker.
I think that by itself will make us a lot better defense. By itself.
Yeah. And Tonga, and that's Tonga actually kind of brings me into a point here that I wanted to make. Is like Greg, you said earlier we didn't pick up any defensive studs, which I do agree with to an extent. But also it's like the thing that gives me hope is the fact that we brought in Flores before making free agent decisions and before the draft, right? So he had to have looked at this roster and said, if we make a few changes here and here, knowing we don't have the money to go sign any big name players, probably a big reason why Tomlinson got away, because we were not able to compete with that contract. But part of it to me just has to be Flores being like, I think with a few tweaks, a few more players here, we'll draft some young guys. I see what you guys already have. Coming into this job, I looked around because there's other options. Like, I think I can do something with this team. And that's what gives me hope, is that he had a say in these defensive personnel decisions. So that's the biggest thing for me, that I'm not willing to be like, oh, we might have worse players or players we don't know about and no like big veteran presence. But the fact that Flores most likely signed off on a lot of these decisions, or at least had some input, is what really gives me hope.
And Flores signing was a big surprise for us.
It was.
Holy shit, we did.
Yeah.
I came around after, I think it was talking to you guys. Honestly, I think Casey brought up the fact that he was defensive coordinator, just wasn't called that in New England. And then I started to look and realized that the best year they had at Miami, he was calling plays. The years that they didn't do very well at Miami, he had given the reins up to somebody else, which question why, but he's not a head coach anymore. He's a D coordinator. So when he was the guy calling the plays, they were good.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think we would get him. So the fact that he chose us just as much as we chose him is just telling you what he thought about the players we had.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And the team we have in general, back to Angler, the team that's way better than the Packers.
I think we'll move the ball more consistently than we were last year, and that's just going to help the defense too. So
there's going to be a lot
of that.
there's the floor thing, and I would say the Harbaugh thing from last offseason. That was another crazy thing where I was like, "There's no way Harbaugh would pick us," and then he did, and
he did, and we didn't pick him, which is insane.
KOC beats him. I know that's like weird. So 2 years in a row, kind of a coach where we're just like, oh, we're not in the running. And then that's crazy that KOC came in and snatched that from Harbaugh. And it's obviously, I mean, starting 13-4, can't get much better than that.
Mm-hmm. Osmo will be good. Oh. Hicks is too slow, and I agree.
I can't wait.
I think Hicks was definitely just the guy that you had to keep around for the veteran presence at the end of the day. That's all that was. I think it's his last season here, obviously. Yeah, he's a good role player, but yes, he's definitely does not have that speed you want in a defense that's going to be aggressive and fast like Flores wants to be. So
he's not going to be playing on 3 downs. He's not going to play in every down like he did this last season.
And it's nice to know that Andre, it'll be interesting to see when training camp starts with Andre Carter, because he's already getting tons of steam. And now there's people coming out and saying that they think that he's not just like a steal undrafted free agent that we all knew, but they think he could be a big contribution to this season coming up, which would be massive if he ends up being who some people literally thought he would be coming out of college.
You're talking about Pace?
No, Carter. They both kind of gained some hype, but Carter's getting some real hype.
Oh, the DN from Army. Yeah.
Yeah, from Army. Yeah. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how training camp works for him. There's a chance that he could be a contributor. I mean, who knows how soon, but he's a guy that has all the traits. Obviously he went undrafted for a reason, but people are getting pretty excited about him. So I'm going to be, I'll be watching him for sure in training camp. Brian Asamoah too. I have a feeling we're going to hear his name a lot this training camp. And Naylor. I feel like you'll hear a lot of Naylor. I bet you any money we'll hear some stuff about McBride. Be interesting for sure.
I think McBride is going to.
He's going to be like.
I think he's going to get some playing time this year,
dude. I bet you. In training camp, I think he's going to be turning heads. Like you're going to be seeing that. Like,
on Ty Chandler because of McBride. I have softened on Ty Chandler because of McBride.
Because of McBride. McBride's such a good runner. He's such a good runner.
I think it's a great problem to have.
Evil. I hung out with the enemy today, Mr. Tom Grassi. Where was he? Where was Tom Grassi? He was in Minnesota today?
He was someplace in Minneapolis. Yeah, he's doing this thing where he's going around to like the 30 NFL states.
Team?
Or 30 states or whatever. The 30 states.
Just like, yeah, that was that's
cool. It's like 30 and 30. He said 30 days he's going to a different state every day.
Yeah, how did it go with Tom Grassi? He's probably too evil. You better not have changed to a Packer fan, brother. Oh no, man. Too evil sometimes got me sketched out.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get to Minneapolis.
I want to. I
think you're going to Carolina, cool. So I'm gonna do that.
Right, David.
I looked up flights.
You looked up what for Carolina? You don't think you're doing
Carolina? Weren't you going for sure, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm going for sure. You said you were. You said you are gonna. You're thinking.
I looked up flights.
What's the prices?
It was like $200.
Not bad. Yeah, I'm going to Carolina for sure. And then I think I want to I'd rather try to go to a home game at some point. Especially, I don't know. I think like what you said, if we all got together to do a home game, which I can't do. I know SK wants to do the opener. I don't think I'll be able to do the opener and then Carolina, 3 weeks later or whatever. But I think it'd be super cool to go up there and get some of these people in the chat to come say what's up. No, Too Evil will be there for sure. If he's visiting Tom Grassi, bro, he better come check in on us, man. That'd be messed up.
Was it true? Was he actually wearing a Vikings jersey today? I thought I read that somewhere. Agreed. Grassi's fun. I don't know.
It sucks that he had to be a Packer fan. Like I wish he just was any other team in all of sports. But yeah, it is what it is.
Like you watch his stuff. He does not like the Vikings, obviously, which he shouldn't. But he kept us in the top 10 in his power rankings most of the season. So
he wore a Vikings jersey.
I thought he did.
That is a streaming. I would never do that.
That is about the last thing.
He said it was for a charity, so he kind of had to.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
It was a Blair
if you guys can get us to how many subscribers does he have?
If 30,000 or something like that.
Maybe if I have 200,000, I'll be a little bit like unbiased
3,
and maybe
Blair Walsh.
How many likes for Casey to pull out his Lions jersey?
I don't have a Lions jersey. Thank you very much.
Oh, speaking of Sarah, Rap told me you're. I'll text you my shirt size.
That is hilarious. If he actually did that for Blair Walsh, that's funny. Top 5 offense, defense in the teams, maybe a couple playoff games. I think we'll have a top 5 offense for sure. If defense is the teams, there's no reason at that point we can't make a real run for a Super Bowl, in my opinion. If we made it into the mid-teens, defense in the teens, and top 5 offense, I think we're looking pretty damn good at that point. Not with Kirk as our quarterback. That's also fair. Yeah, I can't really make a Super Bowl run if that's the case. I'm wearing Viking stuff down to my underwear when I go to the game this year. That's what's up, Greg. That's what's up. That's what you got to do. Especially if you're going to that Green Bay. You're going to need like 10 layers of clothes there. Who do you suggest, Sarah? Who's your suggestion, Sarah, for quarterback? We're on that. We were talking. Was that? Oh, yeah, no, we have a video coming out. But we're talking about Caleb, Arizona coming in last place as they're the favorite for last place, or Houston, and hoping Kyler Murray doesn't have a shitter of a season and we go up and trade up for Favre. Or, yeah, I'm surprised no one said Rodgers. But we trade up for Caleb Williams. That's what we got to do. So we need Arizona to suck and we need Houston to suck, but we need Kyler Murray to not suck.
We got 2 of his teammates, right?
Yeah. And unless we just go or we trade for Kyler Murray and then really piss the Vikings fans off. But no, I think we're going for something big next year, no matter what.
Kind of have to at this point. If we don't,
and it's got
then you have a $30 million receiver and Nick Mullins. It's like buying a super nice garage and having a freaking like Toyota Camry in there.
We can't sleep on Jaren Hall though. We can't sleep on Jaren Hall. You know,
that's fair.
That's one thing. People are giving Caleb Williams shit because he says he like understands that teams are probably going to tank for him. So
Dave,
it's like,
I'm sorry. Wrong chat for this, man. Wrong chat for this.
People need to quit blaming everything on Cousins. I don't blame it. I definitely don't blame everything on Cousins. I don't blame everything on him. Only just one play pretty much in that entire season I blame on him. Just one play. That's not saying that much. Maybe we use Hall in primetime games. That would be crazy. Cousins is a plug. Oh, see, now there goes all credibility Cousins had.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a 10-year-old Packer fan agreeing with you guys? Yeah, feeding into his flames.
Yeah, you guys can't do that. Yeah.
What else? What else we got? It's that time of year. Not a ton happening. But
and after the funny thing is so we might have some real news coming shortly, which is kind of nice. So. But after these OTAs, there's like a month of literally nothing. After these little OTAs, then it's like all
top 10 lists coming.
Yep, all top 10 lists. Yep,
it's top 10 list season, guys.
And all the Jalen Naylor wide receiver 1 question mark.
Yeah.
Those kind of videos, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, hopefully they just sprinkle some of the news.
We're getting along.
Hopefully they just sprinkle some news in there, like Jefferson getting an extension, and then Hawkinson gets one the next month, and then hopefully they just kind of sprinkle some news on us. So we have some things to talk about here.
Vikings trade Arizona for Houston's first round pick next year. Already. That'd be ballsy, man. That'd be it. That's it. I feel like you have I bet you get a better deal right now than you would. Obviously,
so let's actually talk about this. Let's go percent chance that. Let's look at these 3 guys. I mean, it's not, it's whatever. 2 of them we know. Really, let's just look at Hunter here.
Put Hawkinson in there for his extension as well.
But let's just go like percent chance that all 3 of these guys are here. Like start with Daniil. It feels more on the side that he stays to me right now, just because there hasn't been any any news out there or anything.
It feels like get traded tomorrow. Stop, Sarah. Don't say that about JJ.
To me, it feels like 75% stay for Danielle Hunter.
I'm on. Well, you said 75%. I was gonna say 76. 76% is my number for Danielle Hunter. We need him too bad. It should be higher than that.
Price is right. You can go 77.
Whoa, chill, bro. That's messed up.
But for me, Cook's like maybe 10% stay, 90%.
I'm gonna give Cook. I'm giving Cook a 1% chance. I feel like he has it would make the least sense of anything I've seen at this point as a Viking fan. For everything that we've seen happen with drafting a running back, re-signing Alexander Mattison, and then all the stuff that's going on this offseason with Alexander Mattison, it'd blow my mind if somehow we kept Cook. But you never know. That's the only one thing is people are saying like that even Cook taking a pay, if him and his agent realize that Cook taking a pay cut with us, he'd still make more money than what he's going to get offered on the open market, which could possibly be true. But at this point, we're so like, what do we do? We're kind of strapped. We're kind of invested in Mattison at this point.
Right. Dave, what do you think?
It's not a big investment for Mattison.
Dave, what do you think? Delvin Cook, what percent chance that he's here? What percent chance that he's gone?
Oh, God. I'll do 2% because Jamie did 1.
Okay. But outside of that, Jefferson, we all know
100% on Justin Jefferson.
120% Justin Jefferson is still here.
I mean 100.
So.
Dave,
500%. 500% Justin Jefferson is still Viking.
I changed mine. No, Justin Jefferson isn't going anywhere. Fuck the Packers had to say it. Fuck the Packers.
So many years watching our.
That's what's up, Dan. That's what's up. I'm not qualified to pick a quarterback for the team. You're just qualified.
That is true, Sarah.
Who not to have.
Because you don't like the one we have, so.
Cousins' most durable quarterback for our offensive line.
That is true. The dude does not.
I'm like, we have a middle of the pack offensive line. I'm gonna say it right now. Our offensive is not as bad as it's been before. Because first off, you have 2 young guys who are only a year experience in Ed Ingram and I always can't think of his name. Left guard.
Well, he's Cleveland.
This is his 4th year.
Ezra Cleveland. Right. So Ezra Cleveland. And then you got 2 of the best tackles in the entire NFL. So that's for the coaches and GM to figure out. Cook cut his throat when he wouldn't take a pay cut. Yeah, pretty much. And the Vikings didn't waste any time either. Cook is out. I'm not saying his cousin sucks. I'm just saying he can't get us to a Super Bowl. I am 100% on board with that, Sarah.
JJ is 50%.
50%. Too evil. Stop. You've been hanging out with Grassi too much, bro. 50%.
Diggs was different.
Justin Jefferson is, first of all, better than Diggs. Second of all, it's like minus any of the headache that Diggs brought.
I wouldn't say minus any, because not showing up to workouts or OTAs is a little bit of a nudge, but also he hasn't been vocal about anything. So
yeah, and it's he doesn't have to go to those. Like a lot of players do, but he doesn't have to go.
You probably should be there when you're the star of the team.
Yeah, but what if he got hurt? I don't blame him. He's literally had the most yards last season. It makes sense, you know? That's different. Diggs just left. Diggs forced a trade.
Kurt getting a lot of crap last year that he doesn't go meet with his receivers in the offseason, and then his best receiver doesn't show up for OTAs, and nobody's complaining about Justin Jefferson not showing up for OTAs, right? So it's like, I don't know. A little bias.
A little bit.
That's all right. It's not bias. It's Justin Jefferson. Yeah. We'll save Minnesota taxpayer $226 million interest. Thanks, Mark. Does that actually happen? For him paying off that stadium already?
Paying off the stadium early, yep.
So what can you buy? Is this cigarette tax go down then? Because that's where they put a lot of money into tobacco products, right?
Instagram hasn't been wiped of Viking stuff. We're good. That's true.
Oh, for a second I thought it said has.
No.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
One of the things I was impressed with the Wolves when they didn't have to, but they put more money in than the agreement to do some upgrades, like with the TVs and stuff like that around the stadium. So like they put extra money in that they didn't have to, and the fact that they, I guess, paid it off early is great.
Right. Speaking of that,
though there was that thing where there was like however many millions of dollars they're gonna have to pay for an upkeep to keep it to keep it.
Well, they can fix it. They can do the upkeep now that they saved them the money.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, Sarah. If they paid it off, maybe SIGs will come back down.
SIGs will never come back down.
No, they won't.
They don't reduce prices. Come on.
Not with tobacco products for sure.
With anything. Nothing. Like we'll never see a 12-pack of pop drop back down to $3 normally. It's gonna be $7 for as long as we know it.
Don't smoke, Greg. Don't smoke.
Fair.
Hey, be careful, Greg. These people are paid for our stadium. We wouldn't have the US Bank Stadium if it wasn't for the smokers. I quit when smokes went to $5. That was quite a bit ago. Good for you, Bob. Good for you.
We got Wilf's great owners. I agree. I do appreciate the Wilfs.
Yeah. Yep. I do like them. For sure.
Yep.
For sure. That was for Super Bowl hosting. Don't smoke. Oh, that was for Super Bowl. I quit when. Oh yeah, I'm behind. What's going on, David Ditter? Hunter and Jefferson deals are done. That's why they are quiet. Cook Domino's has to fall first. June should be crazy because we need a crazy June, especially as content creators. That is a good point though, because you don't hear anything from Hunter. They're definitely not showing up to OTAs though, but no one's saying anything. I think Hunter actually did pull some of his stuff off social media, didn't he? I believe he might have at some point. Maybe it's back. Don't smoke tobacco. They are trying to make it illegal to sell menthol cigs in Minnesota.
Did they already? Or maybe that's just certain areas. I think in Duluth it was illegal a couple years ago.
Is there a reason? Is it like worse?
So kids
or is
don't.
It more? Oh, because kids like the menthol.
Yeah. Anything to make it taste better.
If you're a fan of Cousins, you are smoking something. You're smoking something. Steve, hashtag Skol. David, hey Casey.
Dave, if you haven't done it yet, it's hashtag Skol. It just has to be hashtag Skol. Can't have exclamation points in or anything. I don't know if you put that in there earlier.
Is weed legal in Minnesota?
Yes, it is.
Actually, officially is now. Last weekend or something like that.
So, Jamie, did you celebrate or?
I live in Colorado. I've been celebrating.
Been celebrating for the last 15 years.
TV Skol. Greg's one sweet. Hey, Don Kedick. Hashtag Skol. Speaking of that, everybody in here. Hashtag Skol win Justin Jefferson rookie card giveaway. Like the video, subscribe to the channels. Everything is below in our little banner below here. Go subscribe to Minnesota Sports Talk and GG Sports Podcast. We'll probably run this pretty quick here, I think, for sure. Tobacco illegal, weed legal as of August 1st. Tobacco's illegal. See, finally, the country's kind of understanding things a little bit better. At least makes more sense from a physical standpoint. All right, guys. I'm going to pull up the
giveaway.
The giveaway here. We got 11 entries. One more time. Justin Jefferson rookie card giveaway. Hashtag Skol in the comments. Good Vikings banter, guys. Thanks, David. We appreciate it. We got to, it's come in here. OTAs. Barely anything comes out of OTAs. We come on here. We have to come up with some sort of content. I think our 14-year-old friend Angler came in here and got things a little exciting for a little bit there, which is kind of nice. But yeah, appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channels, Minnesota Sports Talk and GG Sports Podcast. I'm going to run this thing at 8:17. So 17, pretty quick here.
Hopefully we'll, I'm sure if anything happens with Hunter, Cook, or Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, who what have you, you'll be seeing plenty of content on the Vikings YouTube coming out. And I mean, I know all of us will either do videos, live streams, just about anything. So,
Justin, you saying I can send that card with the card that you're about to win? Justin, you can send that card with my other card. Or do I owe you a card?
I think he's saying you can send this one with his Delvin
one with
card,
the card he's about to win. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I'll do. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? What is going on, brother? Sounds good. Congrats, Sarah. We'll see. It is about time Sarah wins another one here. Even though I don't like Kirk, I'm still going to cheer for him as long as he is a Viking. If Kirk does good, we all win. I'm rooting for Kirk. I want to win a Super Bowl next year. If we're in playoffs again, I'm going to hope he doesn't. You know,
ice is cracked.
Yeah, I'm not going 90.
Cracked,
if I'm at I'm never going to be at 100% with him. So, which kind of sucks. So in playoffs, I'm going to be like, well, just waiting for something bad to happen. But hopefully he proves us all wrong. It's not likely, probably, but all right, I'm running this thing. If I can figure out how to put it up.
I'm looking at our channel. Our feeds are so bad. Casey's feed's good and ours are bad.
Like our video. Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. I'm running it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We are going. Who we got today? Is this there? I'm only running one today, by the way.
Repeat winners. What are we gonna have?
And Don Kedick.
Has he won yet? I feel like he
actually, I don't know if he won. I know him though personally.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. So I know I'll get a hold of him. Dang, Don Kedick just comes in here and snatches it up like that, huh? Wasn't in here for the whole show. Comes in, snatches it up. Okay. He's not on. He's not on.
He might not be.
That's a good point. Honestly, you're right. Don Kedick, are you in here?
We'll give him.
I'll tell him. Disqualified. Sarah is making a good point here.
Oh, there he is. He's here.
Dang, Sarah. Hey, you got it. Sorry, Sarah. Monday. I know y'all be back in here on Monday and next Wednesday as well. And we got more stuff coming for you.
Tomorrow, we're going live. Johnny NFL and Dave on Skol World Live, 8 o'clock and Eastern, 7 o'clock Central.
Let's hope there's some news talk all about breaks for them. That's what we need. We need some news breaking for Dave's show tomorrow. Come on, Sarah.
Send Angler Rager card.
I don't even know. I know how we feel about Rager at this point, but I don't know if he even deserves that.
Fair point.
Any Packer fan.
Do you have any Rager cards?
No, I don't. Of course I don't.
Of course. Why would I?
Come on.
But anyway, thanks everybody for go ahead. Sorry.
I do want to mention one more thing again. So obviously we're still on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And again, everybody in here, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to, we need the script where Sarah wins every time. So at 1,000 subscribers, I got an extra special card for when that happens. And again, we will not, I'm only going to tell anybody who comes into our shows. I'm not going to post it on any social medias that we're giving away that card. So it's going to be only for the people who have been in here watching us. Just going to keep pushing that out there until we hit that 1,000 subscribers.
And we are at 792, I believe still. Yep, 792.
Getting there. A couple hundred more. Sit.
Close. We're close. That the 700 to 800 climb has been much faster than the 600 to 700. So that's been kind of nice.
Hopefully it only gets faster than that.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, thanks everybody.
2,000.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, thanks everybody for hopping in. I mean, I know there wasn't a lot to talk about. A few little interesting tidbits that we were able to get into today. Obviously, as I said earlier, if anything does happen in the next couple of days, everybody will be well informed by Twitter, YouTube here for sure. There'll be plenty of live streams and videos coming out if anything does happen to pop within the next few days here. So let's hope we get some news. And like Jamie said, we will be on next Monday. Finally getting back to our Monday night live streams again. It's been a few weeks, but we'll get there. Dave will be here tomorrow with Johnny NFL, and we'll be keep the content rolling through the slow grind that is the NFL offseason. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining again. Make sure to subscribe to Minnesota Sports Talk and GG Sports Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Skol Vikes.